What happened? What is this? What is this?
I was trying to blend in with the music.
Doesn't
Doesn't it almost sound like music because I dampened the sound?
It sounds like you're singing through a tunnel or a straw.
Ah, yeah.
That's the vibe that I'm getting. Yeah. You know, like when you're a kid and you take like the toilet paper rolls and you put it up to your mouth?
I never did that.
Oh,
You
well,
did that?
Probably. I think most people do that, right? Yeah. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's the vibe that I'm getting from that song.
Yeah, well, it brought you some good old memories then.
But I appreciate the experimentation.
Yeah, I always like
That is to be valued.
with this segment, 부산 친구 Talk, because that's what you're here for, where we get to kind of uncover some ridiculous controversies that we can talk about and make it even more controversial.
Oh, yeah, right? So, why we have this topic is because tourists are visiting Busan in record numbers, and with this popularity comes a lot of curiosity about all the details of life in Korea. So, in this segment, we're going to discuss the seemingly mundane parts of the average Busan resident's life and break down the ridiculous controversies surrounding them.
Yes, that is right. And no matter how many segments we have of this, we just never run out of controversial stuff to talk about.
That is right. We
Yes.
are an never-ending supply of ridiculous controversies. And, you know, even if there are no concrete answers to the controversies, as your Busan chingus, we will try to talk you through them as only a true chingu can.
Yay!
And today is Teacher's Day.
Yes,
Woo!
Teacher's Day. 스승의 날, right?
Yes.
what-
Happy Teacher's Day to you.
Are we clapping for you? Are you a teacher?
We're not clapping for me. We're clapping generally
To
for
all the
teachers. To all
teachers.
the teachers. And finally, it is a real holiday where teachers actually get a day off.
Okay.
But that's thanks to Buddha and not because the Korean government changed the law and made it a national holiday. But for now, it's good enough.
Oh, so yeah, so Teacher's Day, teachers are not getting a day off. Do you think teachers should get a day off?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, teachers, they're not included in the workers that get Labor Day off. Labor Day is May 1st.
Yes.
Right? They're not included in that. And if we're going to have a holiday for them, I think they deserve a day off.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like imagine if all teachers in Korea, whether they're K through 12 or professors, 학원 선생님, 어린이집, every one of them gets a day off.
They should. Everyone deserves a day off when everyone else is resting, right?
Yeah, that would be great.
So on these days off for the teachers, what will the kids do then, huh?
Uh-huh.
From the parents' perspective.
Okay.
The teachers are resting? What about my kids?
I have the perfect solution.
Okay.
The kids have to go to work and stay at work with their parents all day.
Oh, so it's one of those go to work experience programs. What
Yes.
was that? There was
It
this
used to be
term-
like a bring your daughter to work day in America,
Yeah, there was this other term that we used in Canada as well. I forgot what it was.
right? It's kind of like life experience.
It is.
Right? Because sometimes there's career day where parents come into schools and this is like a reverse career day.
Yeah.
Kids go to work with their parents.
Yes.
Is it kind of like job shadowing? But that's more like an intern.
No, yeah, you don't really do anything there.
Yeah.
I remember going to my dad's workplace and I just sat in one of the empty cubicles and we just did nothing there because back then we didn't have smartphones or anything
Right.
like that. Latte Maria, right?
Yes, it is a
So-
latte meant, but
Yeah.
you had to be quiet.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Right.
It was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Really?
Like the computers were like, you know.
You didn't play like Oregon Trail on the
I
computer?
think I played like solitaire.
Oh, Oh, see, that's fun.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
For a
Yeah.
few minutes, and I'm like, oh, this is boring.
Oh,
and then
really?
Minesweeper for a little bit, and then it got boring again.
See, I used to go to work with my mom, and depending on the day, it was very exciting because she worked like in a nursing home on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And she would tell me, like, I need this person, go get them. And I was there so often, I knew who she was talking about. So I would walk to their room and I would, push them in their wheelchair. And I felt, really proud of myself. Because I was
Ooh.
like 3-4 years old when I was doing that.
And you're strong enough to
Yeah.
handle all that.
Hey, it's on wheels. Yeah. I mean, anyway, kids have a lot of energy.
Right.
But, I'm thinking too, the day after Teacher's Day would be a great day where some of the 호랑이 parents, they become 고양이. And then they say like, oh, really sorry, I complained about every single 모기 물림 my kid got while in school in your class.
Right.
Just yesterday, my kid had 37 mosquito bites. I don't know what happened. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. Because also, like David, when you were growing up, didn't you cause enough trouble for your teachers to make them like earn a day off?
Well, you know what, Melissa? I was a very good student.
Really?
Yeah.
You were not a troublemaker?
No, I was like, I was like a teacher's pet.
Really?
Yeah,
말씀쟁이 아니야?
No, 말씀 잘 듣는 학생. Yes. I would be one of those annoying students, annoying classmate who'd be like, teacher, you didn't check our homework.
Oh, so everybody hated you. You were the kid the teachers loved, and every other student was like, oh.
She or he, they'll be like, David, oh, good point. And then he'll be like, everybody open up your book, whatever. And I'm like,
And I can imagine the rest of the class, David, oh.
yeah.
David, psh, no. And then, you forgot to check. Every student, oh.
No, but the thing was, I don't know, maybe I went to like a school with smart kids or something like that. Everyone kind of did their homework too.
Okay.
And everyone,
wow.
we're discussing amongst ourselves, isn't Mr. Bauer going to check our homework? And I'm like,
Really?
Teacher, you forgot to, or Mr. Bauer, you forgot to check our homework.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody was like that.
Yeah, everyone.
This is shocking.
And
What kind of school were
And
you
it's
going
not like
to?
a private school, it's a public school.
It was okay. In
Yeah.
public school, this is unheard of.
Yeah.
This is really unheard of.
So I tend to think that I just grew up in a very different environment.
Yes,
Compared
I think
to
so.
many others.
That is not representative of North American public school.
Yeah.
That is really not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
Okay. So I heard, though, in Canada, there actually is it's called Teacher Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
The first Tuesday of May. Did you celebrate that? Can you remember celebrating
I
that?
don't remember specifically on May the 1st if it happened. But if it did, I'm pretty sure my mom prepared something for the teachers.
Okay. Like what, for example? What would you bring?
I think I remember one time my mom prepared like a Korean food that they can eat.
Like kind of banchan
Like a
and
bulgogi
something.
banchan or like a japchae, for
okay.
example, because I would pack lunch. My mom would pack me lunch. Like when I
Okay.
was in my, K to like 6 elementary school days.
Was that cool or uncool? Because at
loved
some
it.
schools, it's
Yeah.
very uncool to bring your
Oh.
own lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can't bring your own lunch?
I
It's
mean,
not
if you want to
BYOL?
be cool,
Yeah.
you don't bring your own lunch.
Oh, the schools I went to didn't have cafeterias until like high school.
Really?
Yeah. So
What
I went
kind
to
of school was this?
I went
Every
to-
student is like, check my homework. Every student bring in their own lunchbox.
It was a good neighborhood I lived in.
Wow.
But the school I went to was K to 8.
Okay.
So kindergarten to middle school, I guess, here.
So,
But-
yeah, you had no middle school then. Just
Yeah.
K to 8 and then go to high school.
Right. So when you're in 8th grade, you are the king of the hill. You were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I am the biggest hyungnim and the nunims, you know?
Oh, yeah. You are the top dog.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so everyone was pretty nice and chill. Mm-hmm. No bullying at our school either.
Wow. Are you sure?
Well, not that I know of.
Okay, not that you. Anyway, you weren't the bully.
Yeah, I
so
wasn't the
that's
bully,
good.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up, and in the U.S. there actually also is a similar like Teachers Day.
Okay.
'Cause I didn't think we had it.
Let me guess. They call it national something.
Yes, you're right. It's called National Teacher Day.
Okay.
And it happens to be on Tuesday in the first full week of May. So probably the same day as Canada most years. It was the same day this year.
Okay.
But I don't ever remember celebrating it,
Okay,
honestly.
so first full week of May. That's like when May 1st falls on Friday, and that's not the first full week.
That's not the first full
It'll
week.
be the following week.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So, right, if Tuesday's the first day of the month, then you have to wait till the
Right.
second one,
I
right?
see.
So, yeah, but, I just remember at Christmas, of course, because that is the biggest holiday in
Yes.
right Canada and the US. So I'd give my teacher homemade cookies and chocolates and things, right? Because that's a big holiday. But
Yeah.
Teacher's Day, yeah, never celebrated it. And if I did, it was like maybe one random year, not like a regular thing. Because like our stereotypical Teacher's Day thing is a big red apple.
Right.
Right?
With the worm sticking out.
Yes, with the
Yeah.
worm sticking out. Like whenever you have something for a teacher in like at least US and Canada, right? It's always, that stereotypical red apple.
I feel like
and
it's
like
more,
an ornament or
more America than Canada.
Really? In
That-
Canada
that
you
red
don't
apple
see that
thing.
as much?
I mean, we do, but it's more stereotypical of the American schools, I
Okay.
find. Well,
So-
at least from where I grew up. I don't know. Like, maybe it's the city I grew up in, Ottawa. It's a little more quiet, rural.
Okay.
Even though it's the
I love
capital.
it that you're saying Ottawa is rural. How many millions of people live there, but it's rural. But I mean,
No,
it's cold.
there's not even a million.
Oh, really? Not even a million?
Last when I was there, I don't know if the population went up, but it was 700K.
Ah, okay. Because it's cold. People don't want to
yeah.
endure.
And it's, you could say, quote unquote, boring city. There's not much to do there.
Okay. Well, you can
Yeah.
skate to class in the wintertime, maybe.
Yeah, some people did.
Yeah.
They skied or not skied, cross country skiing.
Cross country skied,
and
maybe
then they
some.
switched onto their skates to cross the river.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Ottawa River or
Right.
the Gatineau River,
See,
and then go to school.
it is no joke
Yeah.
about the winter there. Yeah.
No joke. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
freezing cold.
Right? Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. In Korea, it's a really big holiday.
Mm-hmm.
In America, in Canada,
Not so much.
not so much.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And I feel like May has so many different holidays. Like you said, the Buddha's coming day or Buddha's birthday. We had the Children's Day, the Parents' Day. Every single one of these red days in Korea is celebrated quite big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to do something,
Right.
right? Whether you're buying flowers or buying dinner or buying toys or, right, something.
Right. The
you have to do.
gift-giving culture in Korea is very different than in North America that I find. Like, I think the only times where we give gifts in North America is during Christmas season or, Christmas and birthdays.
Christmas and birthdays and
Valentine's Day.
Easter.
Easter.
Easter has become like
Oh, really?
at
Gift-giving?
least like chocolates.
Okay, yeah.
And then along with the chocolates, if you've got children in your family, like maybe a stuffed like bunny doll or the byungari doll,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
when you think Easter, you think new birth. What says new birth? And cute little chick.
Yeah, and
Right.
eggs.
And eggs. Yes, that's true. And
You,
eggs.
you color them, right? Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
dye the eggs. Not delicious, but I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, Teacher's Day, I mean, didn't celebrate it. In Korea, it's celebrated.
Yes.
And maybe we should celebrate it bigger because, I mean, not every student's a perfect student. I know that I wasn't a perfect student.
Yeah.
My teachers probably deserved a little bit of a holiday, you know? So, like especially middle or high school, when I think of those times, like woodworking class. Did you have woodworking
Oh.
class?
Yeah, we called that something as well. We called it something else. It wasn't
Right.
called woodworking. It was like, it wasn't architecture class either.
No, it wasn't that, right? Every school has
anyway.
kind of a different name,
Yeah.
right? But like in that class, I was a terrible student,
I
right?
loved that class.
But, like you're using saws, right? Imagine, because American middle school, that's 6th grade, and you're using a power saw. I would
Power
like,
saw.
I'm so happy. Like, look, I have all my fingers. I didn't chop anything off using a power saw as
Yeah.
a sixth grader. It was terrifying.
Actually,
like,
the sound is too.
right?
It's really loud. Yeah.
Every time I did an assignment, I was like, please don't cut off an appendage. Please don't cut off an appendage.
Yeah.
I made it. I got all my fingers so far.
So
I want to keep them.
So all your attention was focused on not to cut your fingers off.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you've used like power saws
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
all of my classmates were like, who can build the best bridge? That was all on our minds.
Okay.
We didn't even mind. Goggles, yes, and being careful.
Oh,
okay.
man. So
but even
you're-
the girls were like, I'm gonna make my bridge to withhold this much kilograms or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, who needs thumbs? Let's build the best bridge.
Exactly.
Sacrifice the thumb. You don't even use your
No.
pinky finger. Just
No.
get rid of it.
No one got hurt.
Oh, I mean, it's like anxiety rising just
Yeah.
thinking of that. Like,
Right.
yeah, I was bad. What about Phi Ed? Did you have like a swim unit in Phi Ed?
What's a Fayed?
Phi Ed, physical education or PE?
Fayed, you're so funny.
Fayed.
You call it Fayed?
Phi Ed,
We call it Phys Ed.
Phys Ed. It's just one little letter.
Do
Just
you
an S.
actually call it Fayed, or are you
Yes,
just
we call
joking
it.
with
I'm
me?
not joking. Why would I joke about Phi Ed?
Fayed?
Phi Ed.
We all called it
P-H-Y.
phys ed
Physical.
class. Phys ed.
Phys Ed. Phys Ed.
Phys
Phys Ed. It's-
Phys Ed. Zed.
It sounds a little
Like SED.
like French. Is it because you have
Oh, is
two
it? Maybe?
languages
But then we-
in Canada?
No. But then we call it physical education, right? It's
Yeah.
Phys Ed.
Phys Ed, not Phi Ed.
Fayed. It's the first time I hear it. I thought you were joking around.
No,
It's for real.
Wow. Okay.
FR?
Phys Ed.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get over that.
Okay. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
we had like it felt like a never-ending swim unit. Did you have swimming?
Wow, you went to a really nice school.
Really?
We didn't have swimming.
You didn't have
We
swimming
didn't
because you didn't have a
pools.
pool.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
We had like one gigantic football field, but no one played football there. Like American football we're talking
it's
about.
Canada. Everybody's, especially in Ottawa, you're doing ice hockey.
But we had 2 soccer fields, and then we had like a baseball field. We had like a bunch of other fields. Because like I said, it's K to 8. So we
Okay.
just had a huge field of nothingness and then American football field, but no one played.
Like,
there.
nobody wanted to. Okay. Well, I think American football was better for me personally than swimming
Uh-huh.
because my swimming ability shockingly bad.
Can you at least float?
Shockingly. I mean,
Treading?
I can tread water.
Yeah.
I'm good at the backstroke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really good at jumping off the diving board. I would do flips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming laps. Ooh, the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I was so bad. The coach announced to the class
Mm-hmm.
before every day, he was like, who needs to swim in the lane closest to the edge of the pool so you don't drown? And he was staring at me the whole time. And so I raised my hand because everybody knew it was me he was talking about anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love swimming. I learned it like private lessons, through private lessons.
Oh, you're so fancy. Look at you.
Anyway, but I'm not good at it.
Okay.
I got to,
So your parents are maybe disappointed they didn't get a good value for all the money they spent in your swimming
Exactly,
education.
Yeah. Every time I went for a dive, the water kept going into my nose.
Yeah,
and it just
that's
gave me a headache.
Really, a headache from water
Maybe
in your
I
nose?
too much water in my mouth or in my body, I guess, the chlorine.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it cleaned out the sinuses, Some of those
Perhaps.
people, they get the little teapot and they clean it out. You just go off the diving board. It cleans it out. Same thing.
Feel sorry for anyone swimming behind me then.
Ooh, well, put extra chlorine in the water. Yeah. Sorry if it's the swimming coach that has to do that. That's a little bit sad. But so then what was like your worst subject in high school? If there were a teacher who was like, "Oh, David,
Oh, we're talking high school.
what would be worst?" Sure, in high school or middle school, because I feel like elementary school students are generally like
Pretty easy.
pretty
Yeah.
sweet in comparison to some middle or high school students.
I really didn't like history class.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of all the dates I had to remember. And I felt like,
right.
what's the point of just memorizing dates?
What the dates of what? What did
Of
you
all
have to
the
remember?
historical events, we had to remember like not just Canadian history, but American history. We're like, why do we have to care about Americans?
Oh, right.
I'm kidding, but
But-
this
but,
was
I mean,
in high school, right?
yeah,
in
in
high
high
school, you're
school.
thinking like, we have to learn about Canadian history and then American history, like.
Yeah, I probably would have been angry too
Yeah.
if they had said learn this Canadian guy. I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have liked it. Yeah, in the U.S.,
Yeah.
we had to learn about the explorers.
Oh.
Every explorer, their country of origin,
Okay.
their name,
Wow.
the ship name they came on, and the year.
Cool.
It's like memorizing Kings of Joseon for Korean students. It
My
was
goodness.
terrible, but I still remember Jean-Claude Nicolet
Mm-hmm.
allegedly discovered Wisconsin, even though other people already knew it was there,
Yeah.
e.g. Native Americans. But we still had to study this book.
Right. I mean, good old memories, but also memories that we don't want to remember so much of, the
Yes.
studying part. But I think we do have to give major credits to all the teachers who work so hard.
Yes.
So that because they put so much love and care for all the students that come to the classes.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they know, like for history or for math or
Mm-hmm.
for whatever subject that students typically don't like, they know
They know.
students don't enjoy it.
They've
and
been through it all.
Right. They try to think of ways that, okay, what if I teach it like this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this more enjoyable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I had an AP Environmental Science song. We had to learn songs to remember the vocabulary.
Wow, you went to AP classes.
Yeah, you didn't?
you're smart.
You were at the fancy smancy school. You didn't have AP classes you took?
I didn't care about going into prestigious universities per se. I'm just like,
okay.
yeah, let me just go to a college that's in my city.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
respect.
Thank you.
You're very
But-
educated.
As a reason why
Mm-hmm.
teachers deserve a day off, that AP Environmental Science teacher,
Mm-hmm.
one day, me and my bestie, running into his room, jumped on his personal recliner he had behind his desk.
Nice.
We broke it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, you gotta pay it back.
What?
You
We have
gotta,
to pay
you
it
gotta,
back?
yeah,
I
you
didn't
gotta
pay it back.
owe him or her that much money
How about a public apology on public radio?
on National Teachers Day.
I'm very sorry that I broke your chair.
Yeah.
And we deserve to be called fat for breaking your chair.
Oh,
I'm very
no.
sorry. Yeah, we deserved it. It was not traumatizing. We deserved it.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's wrap up the segment here by saying thank you to all the teachers out there.
Yes, thank you to all the teachers, especially those of you who are really struggling and you feel like, oh, hallelujah, I got a day off.
Yes.
You earned it.
Well
Do
deserved.
whatever you want to do to relax today.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in, Melissa. Pleasure to have you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, we will see you next week.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.